Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be working on carving up a mini bear. We're continuing that mini bear, well, mini carving series I've been working on. And today's going to be a mini bear. We're going to do as much work as we can with the chainsaw with a regular 12-inch bar quarter pitch chain, 43 gauge. That's what we're going to be running to do a lot of the work. I will be switching over though to a dime tip bar, quarter pitch, running 43 gauge chain as well. We'll get into some die grinders and some power tools and things like that, but I'll walk you through it. So be sure to stick around, give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, start making some sawdust. Well guys, like I said, I'm going to try to continue the mini carving series here with a bear. Got this little guy here I did up. The plan is to do something similar. Now this one's actually out of a little smaller piece. It's probably 3.5 inches, close to 4. This one's about 4 inches, maybe 4.5. I'm thinking it's closer to 4.5. A little over 4. Anyway, we're going to carve a little bear out of that. We've been just clamping everything in the vise. Hopefully you guys watched my vise upgrade, jaw horse upgrade video. If not, I'll have it pop up here. You guys can go and check that out. The plan is today to screw this to this board from the bottom side so it can't go anywhere, so you guys can see everything pretty good and start carving it up. Also got a camera mounted right to the saw, so hopefully you guys can get a first person view while I'm carving it. And yeah, make sure you guys are wearing safety gear, be safe, and carve at your own risk, obviously. And I'll be doing what I can to walk you through the steps of carving a mini bear. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is get this piece fixed on the bench here that I created for the jaw horse. Using a screw and my impact gun to do it. Alright, that is that. Bear, what we're going to do is make a cut back, figure out where our ears are going to be, and we'll go in, get the face done, and start working our way down the carving. That's going to be the back of the head. That will be an ear. Come around to the front. Okay. So we got our ears roughed out. Let's figure out where that forehead's going to be. These are a little too far forward, actually. Clean those ears up. Okay. That's where the forehead will be. Now, if you start a little high and angle cut down, it'll make his face kind of look up. If you cut it straight across, he'll be looking straight. If you kind of angle cut, you can kind of make him look down. So the way you make this cut for the nose and the top of that head can depict which way he's looking. So now we're going to make our angle cuts. Remember, we're thinking triangles here for the nose. Now looking at that, I know how tall I want that nose to be. It's going to be like right in here. So I'm going to make a cut back. And that cut kind of angles back when we make it. I'm going to come in here, take off these side pieces. A little short. There we go. Trimming the fat. Just a little. His snout is too long. Okay. We also trim those ears while we're back here. All right, now I'm going to make an angle cut up and get rid of that piece there. Okay, we angle cut down, now we're going to angle cut up and get rid of it. And use the nose of the bar cutting up just to clean it. Alright, let's see. Still some overcut. Alright. Well, I don't like how tall his snout is this way, so I'm going to cut some of the bottom off and bring it up. There we go. Now we got to cut these corners off, and that'll round off his head. Angle cut. Okay, now we gotta start thinking about those arms. Okay, his shoulders and his arms, guys. Right, coming down. It's coming down this way. Now you guys can draw this stuff out if that helps you out. You can draw on your next cuts, but when you get making a lot of these, you know, drawing things you're gonna make all the time, you start to waste time. But learning and drawing is a good way to go. Anyway, let's cut some arms. I'm gonna start his arm here. So paw, forearm, elbow up to a shoulder. We're gonna make some angle cuts into those lines we just made. And it's chilly out here. Good gravy. So I'm gonna angle cut up and scoop up. Just stop just under the head. I also want to come through and thin out his front. Now is a good time to see how low we are, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and make a line roughly 1/2 inch up all the way around, maybe 3/4. And that'll be where I carve to. Okay. I want to finish cleaning up these overcuts around the arms and the belly. Now I'm going to start making up cuts. Okay. We've got, hopefully you guys can see, we've got this line we made. We need to cut, angle in and remove that material. Now go to the back, find that line here, and be careful, but use the nose to go down and follow the line out. Okay, I'm going to trim the back of the bear while we're here. Now, something to keep in mind, carving out of solid pieces like this, right? Especially this bear, he's gonna split and crack. It's just gonna happen. But when we're all done, we'll put a line in the back, top to bottom, and hopefully that will deter him from splitting and cracking in the face. That's something that you can tell over time. You can't really tell right away what's gonna happen unless the wood is dry, as this wood is green, so I have no cracks to see before we start. Let's go ahead and come in here like this, just below that belly, and pause. And we're going to kind of just, actually we're going to start in the front. Make a little plunge cut in. All right, not crazy. And then we'll come in from each side and clean it up. Not going super deep. Remember that screw is in there. So you guys can use the nose of that bar to clean things up here as you go. I'm going to make some cuts in and get these feet squared up first. We got to get rid of the bark here on these arms and kind of round and shape those as well. So I'll use the nose of the bar for it. Now normally I will use the wrench that comes with the gas saws for tightening your bar and the screwdriver end and peel the bark off, but everything's frozen, so I'm not even messing with it. Usually I'll remove the bark before I even start to carve. It just saves this whole process. All right, and there's our basic bear. Now, if you're looking at a regular bar and you don't have a dime tip bar, you can still kind of finish the face. So let's do that before we switch to a dime tip bar. Like to round the snout in. Okay, so say you have no power tools to carve eyes, right? And you're this far. Well, you've got a pretty cute bear, so you can get away with selling it, I'm sure. Let's make some eyes. Very simple, very basic eyes, okay? If you don't have power tools, and this is all you got going on. Since how we have power tools, I'm gonna keep going. All right, guys. Let's switch over to the dime tip bar. We're gonna get the nails, the fingers in here, get him furred up, and then move into power tools. Hello. All right, guys, I got the dime tip bar on here, and when you do the fur, you kind of tilt the saw sideways and just let the side of the teeth kiss the wood. Have a good grip. If you hit a knot, you can get a lot of kickback. Don't get lazy. Keep staying safe. Fingers and toes can be tricky with these little guys, so either do it or skip it. It doesn't matter, really, because people are going to love that he's this cute little bear, and sometimes you can get away without having all them little details as long as everything else looks pretty good. And remember, the more time you spend on it, the more money you're going to want for it, and you can only charge so much for a little carving. All right, that's it for patterns done. I'm going to clean up the eyes though because I have the dime tip bar. Kind of make like a little pocket. Okay, now we're going to switch over to some power tools and go from there. All right, guys, I'm ready to cut some eyes. I'm going to be using my 1/4 inch die grinder here with a 1/2-inch eye cutter bit from Sabertooth. I'll have links down below in the description for everything I'm using, at least links to everything that I can. You guys buy through those links, they help support the channel. You guys can also find links to my social media and everything else down below. Also, if you're interested, I will be working on adding new stuff to the members part. You guys can join up on the members part of my channel here, and we'll be working on tutorials and things like that in the near future. I don't have anything up quite yet, but it's in the works. So, all right, eye cutter. I got eye cutter videos. They'll be popping up if you've never seen me use these, but we got to go in here and cut these eyes. I'm going to try to do it while I hold the camera. How about that? Pretty cute. Now we got to get into using the flame bit. I'm going to actually use the smaller one. This is the 1/4-inch flame bit, 1/4-inch shaft, I believe. I'm going to use this to go through, put in nostrils, and clean them up, and maybe do nails. I don't know. I think we'll skip nails on this one, but you guys can already see the character in his face. Cute guy. You could skip the nostrils if you want, but it's good to clean out here in front of the eyes. Right, so he's looking down his nose better and that kind of stuff. So I never brought the airline out. There we go. All right, guys. That's it, though. That is it for this carving. We are done. Very simple, very basic. You guys can still clean it up. Hit it with a torch. Hit it with your flap sander. Put a little paint on them. Call it good. Something like this, you guys could probably get 30, 50 bucks, maybe 60. It's going to depend on where you guys live and all those kinds of things. So, you know, shoot for the stars. Work on your piece, hone it in, make it a great piece. Keep in mind though, you spend too much time, you're losing money. You know, this kind of piece, you're not gonna get several $100s for this little bear who's like what, 10 inches tall, 4-inch girth. I mean, maybe once you get a big name, but I can't get that kind of money. I'm sure there's somebody out there laughing going, I get that all day, but it's not me. You know, a guy like this, I'll probably put about $45 on it, and you know, that'll be it. Get them out the door, make somebody happy to have a cute little bear, and call it a day. Now, it is easier if you just block out a whole bunch of them, do all the furs and all that kind of stuff all real quick, or have these pieces cut, make one, toss them, grab the next one, make one, toss them, grab, you know what I mean? Just like a production line, because you're not making a ton of money, so you got to knock out as many as you can, but you also have to be as safe as possible. So just keep that in mind. All right, guys, well, that's it. There's our mini bear all done. You guys had some really good shots of him, I hope. Don't forget to put your initials and stuff, whether it's in the back or in the bottom, but keep in mind, he's gonna split and crack. I forgot to do it, but when it's in there, you guys can run the saw from the back of his head all the way down. Go in 1/2 inch, inch, but be careful not to hit the screw you put in there. So you can always take it out, put it in the vise with the back, or the jaw horse with the back facing away, and run your line through. Again, you're only gonna go in about that far into the head, and that'll help the crack be in the back instead of the face. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, hope you guys had fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it'll help you improve on your skills. Be sure to check out the description below for links to social media, links to tools, links to everything I already mentioned before, the members page, all that kind of stuff. You know, all this sort of stuff I keep mentioning helps support the channel, helps it keep going, helps me get that much closer to doing this full time, where I can make more videos and make better videos for you guys. So really hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video.